Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we are here with a video on the loot from the mole pet grind in old school RuneScape, all of the loot that I had gotten from killing mole, and kind of what it sums up to. And I'll also be doing the work at the end to take all the nests apart and whatnot, and kind of see how much money you can make. Basically, mole is just a nice little monster that you can kill, a good little boss for, I guess, kind of med levels to get into it, but at high levels you can camp it pretty efficiently, and as you can see, I've gotten a lot of KC here. It's a pretty decent time. If you have a T-bow, it's insanely easy. If you have Darox, which a lot of people come here with, it's still really good. It's kind of a boss that I personally wanted to start doing because it made me a little bit of money, and the grind here is pretty easy. I mean, there's not much else to do other than pray melee. The mole just runs around whenever he's under 50% health. Sometimes he'll dig, and you just gotta find him. The Falador shield, really helpful, and I would definitely recommend. I have a mole guide down below if you want to check it out. But overall, I'm a big fan of the giant mole grind, so I would recommend it if you are looking for a pet hunt. As far as how we actually got here though, basically 4 years ago, a friend of mine that is right here next to me, his name is Kevin. We've been friends ever since my first YouTube channel. Like, we've been friends for a long time. So shout out Kevin. I'm about to take his money though, because we made a bet 4 years ago that whoever got the mole pet would win 10 mil. Now at the time, we didn't have much money. We were both like staking addicts. So 10 mil, I mean, you know, it was kind of a lot. Now it's a lot longer down the line. Obviously, we're not as poor, but I'm happy to take the 10 mil off his hands because we did indeed get the pet. So here's the clip. You tell me we finally got ourselves a baby mole pet. Oh golly, 6.5k, 1 kill over. I got the little mole pet. Look at that thing running behind me. I don't even know where the loot ended up being. Ah, my cannon got it for me. What a damn grind. Right there next to the mole herself with the cub. Ah, looks beautiful, huh? Looks beautiful. 6,501 KC. So yeah, 6,500 mole KC for me to go ahead and get that pet. It was a long time coming. I'm obviously super excited to share the loot with you guys and kind of what I got into. As far as turning in all the mole parts, I almost had 19,500 mole parts, a little under that. And whenever you turn them into Wizen, basically it ends up being that 80% are turned into seeds nests, 15% are turned into rings nests, and 5% are just empty. So you have to open them all up. That's quite a bit. Obviously I'm going to have a lot of clicking ahead of me, but it is a profitable thing to do because all the seeds you get out of there are just going to make you more money. If it wasn't profitable, people wouldn't buy the mole claws for the price they are, so it's basically always going to be profitable. Also something, if you're doing this at all for yourself, make sure to extract all of the bird's nests directly to your bank instead of doing it inventory by inventory, because I did that once before and it was an awful time. So once you have all the nests, I mean, it just comes down to clicking and clicking and clicking. You just have to open them all. I had about 19,000 to open, so it was definitely a good time. Overall, it took about 2.5 hours. I put some breaks in there, so it was longer, but in game time, it's about 2.5 hours. It is an awful 2.5 hours, though, let me tell you. So while this may end up being decent results here that you'll see in a second, just keep in mind that my hand was not feeling good by the end of that. Definitely needed a break, so just know you're not going to have fun if you're doing this type of volume. Obviously, most people aren't going to be, so you won't have to worry about it, whatever. And then before we get into the loot and the value and just breaking it all down, I just wanted to throw the rates up here for anyone that might need them, Ironmen or just people that are opening the nest or whatever. Obviously, you'll see a lot of what I have going on in my inventory, but this gives you a really good idea as far as how many moles you should expect to kill for each one of these types of seeds. Some a lot higher than others, and there's a lot of seeds that aren't pictured. These are just the most notable seeds that I felt people would care about, so I decided to work out their rates. It was a bit tough because I had about 3 inventories of seeds, and then also their spirit seeds. So basically, whenever you get done with all these seed nests, you have a ton of spirit seeds. You have to turn those in for seed packs. Maybe you get some more spirit seeds. You do the process again. Basically, all of these rates include the spirit seeds that I turned in. I figure most people are going to be doing that. I don't know why you wouldn't. You might want to plan a couple, but you're going to have so many that at the end of the day, you're going to want to turn them in for just more money. So that's all kind of cooked into these rates that you see right now. So now here at the farming guild with my alt account, I had to trade all my inventory of seeds over to them. So the big seeds are over there. basically in the bank I kept most of the hops. There's about 400k in hops along with some gold rings in my bank. Add that with the 1 mil in here, and basically it works out to 1.5 mil in miscellaneous seeds that I just couldn't fit into my inventory. There's a ton. I did get 21 Hespori seeds from my 99 spirit tree seeds, so that's a pretty decent rate, 1 in 5. And overall, each spirit seed worked out to about 100k, so if you want to isolate that, it's pretty good, 100k per spirit seed. I'm a big fan, obviously. So now over on the other account, this is the one. This is where we got almost all of the money right here in this inventory. So what to talk about? I mean, honestly, if I was an Iron Man, this amount of allotment seeds would just do so much for me. I mean, just looking at them, I'm so jealous. The dragon fruit tree seeds, as you can see, are 62, 66 palms, 45 magic, and a ton of views, 113. Not a lot of Ranars at 114. That was kind of low, I guess. Snapdragons, 100 as well. I mean, it's just not a ton, but I get it. You know, they're very expensive, so I don't want them to flood in through all this. But overall, really, really good stuff. And, you know, obviously a lot of money in Nest alone. I mean, a Nest alone, let's just check. 86 mil. So that is a ton. I could crush them, or I could pay to get them crushed or whatever. Realistically, it's probably about the same. The GE margins, whenever I used to check them back in the day, they'd be about the same. And I would much rather pay to have them crushed than to do that myself, because I already killed my hand with all these seeds. I'm just not doing it. So keep in mind, we have 1.5 mil over on the other account. And if we add that on to what we have here, dropping it all in, 144 mil total, about. That is what it works out to. In terms of the mole parts from earlier, keep in mind that was 126.4 mil. So obviously I made a lot of money off of opening all of the nests, and I would say that is definitely worth your time. Like I said earlier, it's usually going to be worth your time because it's just the market needs to be there. So for the market to be there, there has to be money to be made. So I would never recommend to sell off your mole parts if you're killing mole. Definitely do it this way. So basically I made close to 18 mil in 2.5 hours by doing all the mole parts myself, which is about 7 mil an hour. So that is just insane. I mean, that's such a good money making method. You're not going to be able to get the same quantity very easily of mole parts, but if you do this as a daily task, it'll probably be closer to 3 to 5 mil an hour. Each day you're not going to be making 3 to 5 mil because you won't have an hour's worth of mole nest openings, but overall it works out really, really well, and I was so excited to see all of this finally come through. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely did myself. I mean, I'm so excited to have this nice little pancake chonker just following me. So happy to have gotten it with the Santa hat too. Just works out amazingly. Very excited about it all, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. Anything you want to tell me, let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys want to see more videos like this as soon as they go live, make sure to subscribe. I'll also be streaming on the hardcore over on Twitch if you want to check that out below. And with that said, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.